So, for many high performing men, what I've found with you guys is it worth me being vulnerable with my woman? Is it worth me being vulnerable even at work? Right? Like, what's the point of it? And I want to go deeper into this, right? Because what I've come to realize is that vulnerability, true, authentic vulnerability, literally changes the field for you. So I'll give you an example. I was working with a guy, and him and his wife had set up this business for 30 years, and they were at the point where they were exiting. And they've been trying to exit with this buyer for like 8 years, and it just wasn't working. There was just stupid things that kept coming up, right? So I worked with him, and he actually called me because he wanted to have deeper connection with his wife. He wanted to learn how to be even more connected, to like enhance and improve their marriage. They've been married 30 years at this point, and grandbabies and children and all the things. And he really wanted to be freed from the business now and to start enjoying life. But he felt he wasn't connecting and communicating in the most effective way with his wife. And so I taught him not what you think. I actually taught him how to open his heart and be vulnerable with his wife. I actually taught him the differences between men and women and how vulnerability was actually his superpower that he was missing in his relationship. I actually taught him that by him opening up his heart, and he was like, whoa, it can't be that simple. And this is scary as hell. And I'm not sure that this is what I want to do, but I trust you, Dimple, and I'm going to give it a go. And he did. He opened up his heart. He stopped being a pleaser. He stopped assuming and presuming that he knew what his wife wanted. And he started to ask curious questions, and he started to be super vulnerable on where he's at. I'll be honest, he was worried on how she would receive it. He was worried on the impact it would have. He was worried on what she would think of him because he had to let go of his mask, the mask that he was hiding behind, that we all have. No judgment here. We all do it because we worry particularly about what our beloved will think of us. And he did it. And I kid you not, he did that at home. His whole home life stabilized even more. He became closer and connected to his wife. Their communication opened even more. And somehow, as if by magic, 3 sessions later with me, just 3 hours, 3 sessions, the deal dropped. 40M on the table. What happens is the field rearranges. What do I mean by that? The more vulnerable you are at home and even at work to a point, what you're saying to the universe is that I am willing, no matter what, to be the most courageous I can ever be, which is to open my heart, to being raw, vulnerable, and exposed. And I trust that whatever I'm a magnet for in this state will be perfect. And I don't control it either. It's quantum physics. He became a match for the truth of who he is by honoring and accepting who he is. He was no longer hiding. And as a result, he became a match for the deal closing and him receiving what he desired, which is a healthy retirement, deeper connection with his wife, deeper intimacy, then moving on to their legacy projects, philanthropy, making sure his children and grandkiddies are taken care of, generational wealth. It has happened over and over and over again. The minute you open your heart, you become a magnet for everything that you've ever desired. A happy wife, a connected wife, a loyal wife, money beyond what you could possibly imagine, smooth sailing of your family. All the things you desire, you become a magnet for once you open up your heart and become vulnerable. What does becoming vulnerable look like? It's actually you speaking your truth. It's actually you exploring what the hell is your truth. And for men, it requires you guys to go deep into the well. It's something that Alison Armstrong talks about. Men have to go deep into the well to extract their feelings, their truth. And it's not logical, by the way. And this is the other thing that men struggle with. It's not logical, guys. Vulnerability is not logical. The way you feel because you feel, not because of some logical reason. And yes, you can attach a story to it. I feel like this because of what happened to me as a child, because of my father's relationship, because of my father. You can do all that. And if that gives you peace and comfort in that knowledge, great. But if it doesn't, all you need to know is that you're feeling a certain way. And you need to be able to express it freely. You need to be able to pull all the pain out of your body and lay it out there. And your partner needs to be able to receive and accept that and be the soundboard and the safe place for you to do that. And she can only be that if she's done the same. Lay it all out. For women, it's easier for us to do it because we've practiced it so many more times. We actually have more vocabulary of what the words are for how we feel also. So as I was saying, that in itself was me being vulnerable right there. Something was coming up for me. I was like, oh, I'm getting a bit irritated with this doggy. Because believe it or not, if I'm distracted, you will feel it, as your wife will. So she already knows there's something up. And she's going to end up making stories about it if you don't speak it. Stories about herself not being good enough. Stories about herself being in a marriage that she doesn't want to be in because he never connects with her. Don't want that to happen. Trust me. Because it takes a lot of work to repair it. It's worth it for you to be vulnerable on so many points. One, because you clear out the shit for yourself. It raises your awareness of where you're at without judging yourself. Two, she feels more connected because you're speaking your truth and she will feel it when it's your truth. And three, it completely opens up the field and you become a magnet for everything you've ever desired. Abundance beyond abundance. Just like in the story I told you about my client. It's been an honor and privilege serving you guys today. If you want to know more about this, do connect with me. I do have applications for one-to-one. I also have some incredible self-learn programs. And if not, and you're enjoying this content, subscribe, follow, because then I know that you're enjoying it and I'll create more of it. Absolutely free. And the reason I do it is because I want this message to be out there. How can we raise love consciousness on this planet so that every conversation, every decision is made through the lens of love? So we reduce the need for war. In fact, war, divorce, disease becomes obsolete. That's my goal. So if this is helping you, please share the love. All right? Take care.